So I've returned to Runescape. I've come back, but this time I'm not playing. Well, I'm playing an Ironman. I've went back on my Ironman again. If you've watched my previous video, it clearly explains that I don't really want to support the pay-to-win aspect that Jagex was kind of leaning towards. It really wasn't for me. I get now that you had a legendary pet in there, but that should be an optional reward, not kind of something that's content. So yeah, I really wanted to avoid the microtransactions, and I did say in that video I didn't want to play old school either, because I had a feeling like the microtransactions was going to stretch over to there eventually. However, Ironman seems to be more of an authentic way of playing for me. I feel like everything that I achieve is something I've done. Not that, like, on my main, I've not achieved most of them stats, but there's a little weird story behind my main account. Back in, I believe, about 2012 or something like that. And the only reason why I know it's 2012 is I'll explain it later on in the story, but what happened is my account ended up getting hacked, and I went away for like a year or something like that, and I came back, and I remember my account was in Lumbee Swamp picking up swamp tar. No idea what happened in there, but it only had about 300 or something. I know it wasn't a huge amount. It was a rather low amount of swamp tar, and I checked out the stats, and it had well, bear in mind when I left it was level 110 combat, and the combat then shot up to level 130. No idea what happened there, but looking at the stats, it looks like someone's potentially botted on the account or something like that. I went to the bank, and I noticed that there was about 97 ancient effigies. I don't know how you say that word, but that word, we both know what we're on about. So I had 97 of them, and people didn't believe me when I tried to tell them I had so many of them in my bank. I've no idea how they got there. They were just in my bank after our account recovered my account. So anyway, I did some research, and it turns out back in 2012 there was an update that then capped it at 5 and made it harder to be able to achieve ancient effigies, or that other word that we both know what we're on about. So that's why I say that it was done back in 2012 approximately. So it was quite cool jumping on like a level 130 account with all these almost maxed combat anyway, almost. The only thing that wasn't maxed was range and magic. So anyway, I enjoyed bossing around on that, and I still do a bit of bossing on it from time to time, because at the end of the day it's still my account. If someone's hacked it and done something malicious with it and done botting, there was no like currency, or there was no huge cash stack in my bank. It was just the stats that was higher. I've no idea what happened there, like. But yeah, I'll drop in a clip just to prove to you that I did have about 97. I don't have much footage of it, but what I did was I got a clanny to end up share their skills with you, and then I opened them all through that, and I ended up getting, I think, like 96 herb lore, and I want to say 95 prayer, and I also got, I can't quite remember, I think it was somewhat like 96 summoning, but bearing in mind herb lore it's not like from 0, this is modest levels up to them levels. Anyway, digressing slightly, so that account, it doesn't kind of feel like I've accomplished that. It feels like it's kind of been given to me, so I don't know, I don't really play it and feel like I've accomplished this. When I unlocked Proof, I didn't feel like I did all the work to get there. It felt kind of like it was a little bit was taken from me, like, oh, you've achieved it, but you know, not on your own slightly. So I've kind of put that account on the back burner, and I don't really play it anymore. There was no progress done to the, well, I don't think it was actually out. I don't think it was out, the old school RuneScape. I'm not sure when that actually came out, but I know that all the progress on old school RuneScape on that account is my progress, but I don't know, I enjoy the graphics of RuneScape 3, I enjoy the bossing, and I've kind of always been, I kind of think that like the old school RuneScape is more for PvP, and I'm not a PvPer at all. I mean, I might do a bit of clan wars, no, castle wars, sorry, but other than that, yeah, so anyway, I'm playing on my Ironman now. Eventually gonna max one day, a long time away probably. And I want to get into bossing as well. I want to kind of get the account to where my main account is now, and then be able to continue. I think some of the most annoying thing is kind of like repeating some of the quests that I remember already doing. And I know I've got like one small favour to do, and things like that. It's kind of one of them like bridges that we'll cross when we get to it, sort of thing. So I'm gonna try to do YouTube more for myself now and be able to see where I've actually come from when it comes to the account progression on my Ironman. So you're more than happy to leave a comment. I'll reply to you. If you want to subscribe, see how I'm getting on, that'd be awesome. Drop a like as well. I mean, you don't have to. I don't really mind. But if you liked it, that'd be cool. And let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to look at and make videos of, because I do enjoy making videos, and I really want to get back into that. I've also started streaming as well on Twitch. Shameless plug. I'll leave a link in the description box for you if you want to check that out. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and have a good one. Bye.